Hey guys, we'll get started in about a minute. All right, we'll get started right now. All right, so last time we left off here with these last three challenge problems. Remember we went through area and perimeter for this unit. So this is what we talked about before. So we talked about these features of a circle: radius, arc, diameter. These are the only three you need to know. You don't need to know these for now. You guys know what pi is? It's 3.14, and it's an irrational number. Here is the circumference over diameter, and that equals pi. Here's the area of a circle, pi r squared. Here's the circumference of a circle, and it's 2 pi r. Those are two equations you guys need to know. And we went through some examples, and here we are. So I would like you guys to do these. I'll give you guys about 10 minutes to do these. And then if you guys have any questions, just type it into the chat. Okay, about 1 more minute. All right, so I'm about to go over the answers. So please type in your last responses into the chat. All right, let me get my whiteboard. Okay, so the first one, Jane is running on a circular track with a radius of 50 yards. A mile is 1,760 yards. What is the least number of complete laps she must run to cover a distance of at least 4 miles? All right, so for this one, we need to find the circumference of the circle. So we have a circle here, and we have a radius of 50 yards. And we want to find the circumference. So the circumference is 2 pi r. So 1 lap around the circle is 100 pi. All right, and it says how many, and so this track is given to us in yards. So we want to convert miles into yards. And it says to cover a distance of at least 4 yards. So we want to convert 4 yards into 4 miles into yards. Sorry, a distance of 4 miles. So since 1 mile is 1,760 yards, we just multiply 4 by 1,760. That equals 7,040. So now we have our two numbers here, and we just divide 7,040 by 100 pi. You guys remember pi is a number, so this is 100 times pi. All right, and then once we divide that, we get approximately 22.409. Now, that could be our answer, but it says complete laps. So when it says complete laps, we have to round up. If we round down to 22, we don't get a full. We don't get to 4 miles. We get a little bit less than 4 miles. So we need to round up, and this rounds up to the and this number rounds up to 23, the nearest whole number that's greater than that number. So the answer is 23. All right, a circle and 3 different lines are drawn on a sheet of paper. What is the largest possible number of points of intersection of these figures? So we have a circle. This is a badly drawn circle, but it doesn't matter. So we have 3 straight lines. So 1, 2, and we want to create as many intersections as possible. And for 3 straight lines, this is how you do it. So you kind of create an A here. So 1, 2, 3. And all we gotta do is count the number of intersections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is 9. All right, the last one. I have a circular garden that is 40 feet in diameter. I need 3,000 seeds to plant the whole garden. How many seeds would I need if the diameter of the garden were tripled? So I need to find the area for these. So it says the diameter is 40 feet, but I need the radius if I want to find area. So the radius is just half of the diameter. So this is just 20 feet. Area is pi r squared. R equals 20. I just plug it in, and then I get 400 pi. And I'll just leave it as this. I don't want to multiply it because it'll make the problem easier. So 4,000 pi equals 3,000 seeds. And it says, what if the diameter were tripled? That means if the diameter is tripled, that means the radius is also tripled. So I have a new circle with a radius of 60, and I just do the same thing. So pi r squared, squared. And this becomes 3,600 pi. Now, if you guys see here, 3,600 pi divided by 400 pi. The pi cancels out, and 3,600 divided by 400 is 9. So the area increases by 9 times. So to find the number of seeds I need for this garden, I just multiply 3,000 by 9. And this equals 27,000 seeds. So I need 27,000 seeds for my new garden. Okay. All right, well, that concludes this unit. So we're going to go to lesson 12 now. All right, right triangles and quadrilateral. So the Pythagorean theorem, and this is a theorem for right triangles, meaning triangles have one right angle. The side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. So in this triangle, side C is opposite of the right angle. So this is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the longest side because the right angle here is the biggest side, is the biggest angle. And the other two sides are called legs. So the two shorter sides, A and B, they're legs. And this is a Pythagorean theorem. So A squared, the length of A squared plus the length of B squared equals the length of C squared. So the leg squared plus the leg squared plus the other leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. And this only works for right triangles. And we use this theorem to solve missing sides, to find side lengths of a right triangle. So if we're given two of the sides of a right triangle and we know it's a right triangle, then we can just use this theorem to solve for the other side. All right, some examples. So say A equals 7 and C equals 25, and we want to find B. So we just use the Pythagorean theorem. So 49 plus B squared equals 625, and we just solve for B. So subtract 49 from each side, we get 576. B squared equals 576. Square root both sides, and we get B equals 24. All right, A equals 5 and B equals 8. Find C. So 5 squared is 25. 8 squared is 64. We add those together, and that equals C squared. And this equals 89 equals C squared. Again, square root both sides, and we get C equals 9.433. All right, Pythagorean triple. So Pythagorean triple is a set of 3 positive integers that satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. So 3, 4, 5. As you guys can see, these are all integers. All these sets of 3 integers are they satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. So 3, 4, 5. If you plug it in, it satisfies the equation. 6, 8, 10, 5, 12, 13, and 15, 36, 39. If you guys notice here, 6, 8, 10 is just the double of 3, 4, and 5. If I multiply this by 2, I get these numbers. So that means if I get a base of integers such as 3, 4, 5, I can multiply this set of integers by any number, and those numbers will also satisfy the Pythagorean triple. So 5, 12, 5, 12, 5, 12, 13, I multiply by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, 12 times 3 is 36, 13 times 3 is 39. That will also satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. And this chart here, I'm actually not sure how they got this unique chart here, but it does show Pythagorean triples. So if you guys are interested, these all satisfy the equation. All right, so now that you guys know the equation, here's some problems. So guys use this diagram for the first three. So C is going to be the hypotenuse, and A and B are going to be the legs. So I gave you guys two of the sides here, and I want you guys to find the missing side. So for the first one, I give you guys B and C. So find A, and so on. And here's some two other problems. So I will give you guys about 10 minutes again. Hold on, I lost my chat for a sec. Okay. All right, guys, about one more minute. It's okay if you guys didn't get these. Okay, so for the grade level in this class, it says it's pre-algebra, but the Pythagorean theorem, we never learned it until middle school, for me. So this is actually middle school stuff. Okay, I know some of you guys are still in elementary school, so you guys are just going ahead. All right, so I'll go over the answers right now. So type in your last minute answers into the chat. All right, hang on, let me pull up the questions. Okay. So find the missing side. So all you have to do is just use the Pythagorean theorem. So b equals 9 and c equals 12. And I want you to find a. So a squared equals 81. Oh, sorry. A squared plus 81, which is 9 squared, equals 144. And subtract 81 from each side, which is 63. A squared equals 63. And just square root each side. And the answer is square root of 63. You guys can simplify that. So that turns into 3 root 7. 3 root 7, because 9 times 7 is 63. Or you guys can use a calculator and find what this number equals, but you guys can just leave it as this. Okay, a equals 15 and b equals 13. So 15 squared is 225 plus 13 squared, 169. And that equals c squared. That equals 394 equals c squared. And just square root each side. And as a decimal, that is 19.84. So approximately 20. So I can't write with my mouse very well. So 19.84 is C. Square root. Yeah, I don't have a stylus. Well, I have one, but it doesn't work very well. So I'm stuck with my mouse. All right, C equals 9 and 8. A equals 8. So 64. A squared is 64 plus B squared equals 81, which is C squared. All right, and just subtract 64 from each side. So b squared equals 17. Square root each side again, and the answer is square root of 17. All right, so that's the first three. Those are the first three answers. All right, so Bill walks half a mile south, 3/4 mile east, and finally half mile south again. So here's his end point. Here's a starting point. If I draw a straight line, I want you to find this distance. So first, you guys might think you have to use the Pythagorean theorem twice, but you guys don't actually have to. I can just rearrange this triangle. So this line goes at the bottom, and this line goes right here. But then I could put this line over here, and I can move this line down here. So really, this just turns into one triangle with 1 mile south, and 3/4 mile east. And I want to find this distance. So now I'll simplify the diagram. Now all I gotta do is use the Pythagorean theorem. So 1 squared is 1 plus 9/16 equals c squared. Okay, sorry, whoever, I think you got this one right, but I forgot the square root. Take the square root of c squared. So I think you were right. I think it was Kyle. So sorry about that. So c squared equals 1.5625, and then square root both sides, and c equals 1.25. So c equals 1.25. Yeah, you got it right before. Sorry. Okay, the bases of a 39-foot pole and a 15-foot pole are 45 feet apart. This class is 90 minutes long, so it ends at 7:30. Okay, and it's flat, so it is flat between the two poles. And what is the length of the shortest rope that can be used to connect the tops of the two poles? So I want to draw a line from the top of this pole to the top of this pole. So I have a trapezoid here, but if I draw a line across here, I make a triangle, and that's all I need to find the length. So the bottom part is 45, but I want to find what this part is. Well, this pole is 39 feet, this pole is 15 feet. So that means this bottom part here is 15. So I just subtract 39 from 39 minus 15, and that equals 24. And once again, all I gotta do is find C using the Pythagorean theorem. So 24 squared equals 576. 576. 45 squared is 2025. And that equals C squared. This equals 2601 equals C squared. Square root both sides. And the answer is 51. Okay. All right, special right triangles. So we have two special right triangles, a 30, 60, 90 right triangle and a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. This we actually learned in high school, so when we learned trigonometry. So you guys don't learn that in school for a while. So we have a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle here and a 45 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree triangle here. And some patterns show up with the sides. So in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, let's say the hypotenuse is length h. That means the shortest side is half the hypotenuse, and the second shortest side is root 3 over 2 h. No, that can't be right. Hold up. Sorry, guys. No, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and this side is root 3 over 2 h. And this works for whatever length, however big or small the triangle is. So if I plug in 10 for h, that means the shortest side is 5. And the second shortest side is 10 root 3 over 2. And here's a pattern for the 45, 45, 90. So let's say, so the two legs are the same length because they have the opposite angle is the same, 45 degrees, 45 degrees. And that means the hypotenuse is root 2 times k. So let's say this side is 5. That means the other leg is 5. And this side, the hypotenuse is 5 root 2. And that works for however big or small the triangle is. And a 45, 45, 90 right triangle is also called an isosceles right triangle. So two sides are the same length, and it is a right triangle. Here's some examples. So if k equals 4, then the hypotenuse is 4 root 2. For k, look at this 45, 45, 90. So k is 4, and this is 4 root 2. If h is 10, then the shortest leg is 5. 10 times 1/2 is 5. And the hypotenuse of a 45, 45, 90 triangle is 10. Then k equals 10 square root of 2. So I set up the equation 10 equals root 2 times k. And just divide each side by root 2. So k equals 10 divided by the square root of 2. So this is a diagram from the last slide. This diagram shows the same thing, except the only difference here is 30, 60, 90. For this one, they assigned the shortest leg as x, and they found the ratios accordingly. So the hypotenuse is twice the shortest leg, and the second shortest leg is root 3 times the shortest leg. I actually like this diagram better than this one, just because they showed they put x as the shortest leg. All right, so here are some challenge problems. Okay, let me move that diagram over here. Okay. So I'll give you guys about 7 minutes, 8 minutes to do these. And then if you guys have any questions, type it into the chat. Oh, and for H, H is for the 30, 60, 90 triangle, and K is for the 45, 45, 90. All right, let me make that easier. Okay, about 2 more minutes. All right, so type in your last responses. I'll go over it right now. All right, so if h equals 8, find the other sides. So a 30, 60, 90. All right, so the hypotenuse is 8. That means the shortest side is 4. So that's easy. And if you guys look at the diagram, the shortest side, to get to the second longest side, you just multiply the shortest side by √3. So this becomes 4√3. All right, if k equals 2, √2, find the hypotenuse. And this is for the 45, 45, 90. So these two sides are the same length. So 2√2. And multiply this side, one of the sides, by 2√2. So 2√2 times √2. √2 times √2, that equals 2. So this just becomes 2 times 2 equals 4. So this side equals 4. All right, triangle ABC, A equals B, and B equals C. So A, B, C. And angle B, this one equals 68. And find angle A. So we know these two angles are the same measurement because it is an isosceles triangle. So I just subtract 180 minus 68. This is a 0. And this equals 112 divided by 2. And I get 56 degrees. So this is 56, this is 56. And I know that's right because 56 plus 68, that equals 180 degrees. Yeah, we're gonna play Kahoot today. All right, the base of an isosceles triangle is 24 and its area is 60. What is the length of one of the equal sides? So this one's kind of tricky. So this is 24. Its area is 60. And I know these two sides are the same length. All right, so the area for a triangle is 1/2 base times height equals 60. Now I don't know the height, but I do know the base. That's 24. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 12h equals 60. Divide each side by 12 and h equals 5. So this height here is 5. But if I split it down the middle of an isosceles triangle, I get 2 right triangles. And since this whole base is 24, half of the base is 12. So now I can find this side. Then I could just use Pythagorean Theorem. So 25 plus 144 equals 169. Square root that, and that equals 13. So this answer is 13. All right, so here's another problem here, but I think I'm just gonna go over it. Show you guys how to do it. Actually, we'll come back to it. All right, types of quadrilaterals. So here we have a diagram here. So every tiny circle within this big circle are quadrilateral. So kites are quadrilaterals, parallelograms are quadrilaterals, trapezoids are quadrilaterals. If you guys see here, a rhombus, rhombi for plural, a square and rectangle are all parallelograms. A square is both a rectangle and a rhombus. It is also a parallelogram, and it is also a quadrilateral. So here's a tricky thing here. So a rectangle is not a square, but a square is a rectangle. So the rectangle is not inside the square circle, but the square circle is inside the rectangle circle. So one is the other, but the other is not the other. So that's kind of tricky. Because for a square, you need 4 equal sides, but a rectangle, you just need 4 sides with two sets of parallel lines, and all have right angles. And parallelograms do not need right angles. So here are some properties of quadrilaterals. So a square, all sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel. All angles are right angles, symmetrical, vertically and diagonally, and rotational symmetry order 4. So that means I can draw 4. Actually, I'm not sure what that means, but just know it's symmetrical. So here are some properties. All right, here are some areas of quadrilaterals. So here is the area. I'll start with the rhombus. So given the lengths of the diagonals, A and B, the area is 1/2 A times B. If you're given the side and height, the height is not the side. Remember that. That is just a parallelogram, and it's just S times H. And given side and angle, you guys don't need to know this one yet. You guys don't know what sine is, probably. You guys will learn that in high school. So just the first two. And here's the area of rhombus and kite. And if you guys see here, a kite all sides diagonals, and that is just 1/2 A times B, the diagonals. And here's the area of a trapezoid. So here's how we got the area of a trapezoid. So here we have 2 trapezoids put next to each other. One is upside down, one is right side up. If you guys see here, this creates a parallelogram. And the area of a parallelogram is h, the height, times a times the base, and the base is a plus b. But a trapezoid here is just half of this parallelogram. So this is just 1/2 h, base a plus b. So that is the area of a trapezoid. So it's 1/2 times the height times parentheses, the two bases added together. Okay, and here are some challenge problems. Okay, so this is a lot. I just realized that. So for the first four, is just label each statement as true or false. Don't explain why. That takes too long. And then the last two are just some word problems. So I'll give you guys about 15 minutes to do these. Actually, no, 10 minutes. 7 minutes, and then that'll leave some time for Kahoot. If everyone you have a question, actually, I shouldn't ask that. Anytime you guys raise your hand, it's an accident, or just no question. The fifth one. I don't think you need a diagram for these. John Becker, shape of a square. Oh yeah, you do need a diagram, huh? Sorry about that. Yeah, skip that one. All right, so don't do that one. Do the first. Yeah, just skip that one and do the rest. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, here's what I'll do. Get rid of this problem. I'll put this chart over here. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, here we go. That's still pretty small, huh? Aiden, you have a question? Okay. Yeah. All right, so if you guys look at this rectangle here, so the diagonal is from this corner all the way to the opposite corner. And this diagonal all the way to here. All right, about 2 more minutes. I want to leave you guys enough time for Kahoot. Yeah, I know you guys can't see that. So for these questions, you guys don't need to know the trapezoid or trapezium. But that's still pretty small. So if you guys can't see it, don't try to hurt your eyes to try to see it. I know it's pretty small. Okay. I'll let you guys screenshot after if you guys want. It's okay. If you guys can't do it right now, it's fine. I'll go over it. Okay, I'll go over the answers right now. So you guys have enough time for Kahoot. All right, so label each statement true or false and explain why your answer is correct. Don't worry about the explain part. So if a quadrilateral has 4 equal sides, then it is a square. That is false. So a square does have 4 equal sides, but it also has 4 right angles. A rhombus has 4 equal sides, but it doesn't have any right angles. So this is not a right angle, this is not, this is not, and this is not. But these sides are all equal. So the first one is false. If a quadrilateral has at least one pair of equal sides, then it is a rectangle. That is false. So a kite has 2 pairs of equal sides, but it obviously is not a triangle. It is not a rectangle. Or a better one is a trapezoid. All right, so a trapezoid has exactly 1 pair of equal sides, but the 2 bases are not equal, and a trapezoid is not a rectangle. A rectangle has to have 2 pairs of equal sides, and it has to have right angles. So this is not, trapezoid does not have right angles. This one does not. And these 2 sides are not congruent. All right, a quadrilateral can have exactly 2 right angles among its interior angles. That is also false. So if you guys don't know, you guys can try to draw it. So here I already have 2 right angles. But to connect these 2 sides, they're also going to be right angles. So no, a quadrilateral cannot have exactly 2 right angles. It can have 1, that's a trapezoid. Or it can have all 4, but it cannot have 2 or 3. Yeah, it is called a right trapezoid. Wait, yes, it can for. No, it cannot. It cannot have only 3 or 2. It can only have either 4 or 1 for a quadrilateral. All right, so if I have 3 right angles, 90, 90, 90, the last angle has to be 90 degrees. Because a quadrilateral, the interior angles equal 360 degrees. Yeah, no, it can't have 2. So it can't have 2 or 3. All right, that the diagonals of a rectangle have the same length. That is true. That is the only one that is true in these problems. So here's a diagonal. Here's a diagonal. We could use the Pythagorean theorem to prove this. But if you draw it out, the diagonals are congruent, and they actually bisect each other. So it divides it into 2 equal segments. All right, one base of a trapezoid has length 8 inches, and the height of a trapezoid is 4 inches. If the trapezoid's area is 80 square inches, then what is the length of the other base of the trapezoid? So for this one, we need the area formula. So one base is 8 inches. This height is 4, and this whole area is 80. So 1/2 the height, 4, times the base plus the other base, we'll call it base 2, equals 80. This becomes 2 times 8 plus b squared equals 80. Divided by 2, 8 plus b squared equals 40. That means the other base equals, subtract 8 from each side equals 32. So it equals 32 inches. Always put units. All right. Okay. Now it's Kahoot time. Let me make sure I finished. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I will hand it over to Emily now, and we'll play Kahoot. And I'll unmute you guys. All right, you guys can talk now. If you guys want to.
Not enough. Let's see. 1, 3, 4, 0, 0, 8.
You guys are pretty quiet today. First time.
Really?
We're not muted. I am not unmuted.
Yeah. Yeah, this is funny. So there's two Catherine Zhangs in this class. That's pretty funny.
Name, which is just
Only difference is that one starts with the C, one starts with the K.
Yeah, did you know that when I was born, they actually named me with a
I thought you two were the same person at first.
No, no. What is the? Oh, now I see. Never mind.
Who the heck is Trump?
I don't know. Guys, no political statements, please.
OGC.
OG Catherine.
What does the OG
Original.
Original stand for? Whatever your copycat name is. Jeffrey 9.0. Jefferson 9.0. What the?
All right, so if you guys want to play Kahoot, like open a second tab, and then type in the code. Or if you guys have a phone or something, just play on your phone.
Okay. I love making weird noises, so if I ever make weird noises, don't judge me.
Who die?
No,
What?
if I make weird noises. I love making weird noises.
What if someone actually put a username as Kahoot die?
Kahoot die. I don't know, because it always like checks your username like before you like go in. So
Maybe. Where's Jeffrey? It's so quiet today without Jeffrey. Because he's the
oh, the other Catherine is here. Oh my gosh, now I know so many Catherines. There's like 2 Catherines in my grade, and now there's my duplicate in this class.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
let's start the game.
That's so awkward for me.
Or you guys can still join after we started. Just type in the code.
Na, 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 na.
Oh no. God. I didn't arrive in time today, so I have no idea.
It's plus B C. A plus B equals C. B
I
plus
came late today. I just arrived in the middle of challenge problems, so I have no idea. Oh, hey, I got it right. And I'm right behind the other Catherine.
And it canceled.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't know. Oh. I'm just gonna keep on guessing the same answer over and over again and hope I'm right.
Hey, I
Oh, I
got
was wrong. Hooray. But I'm still in the same
Right.
place.
I pressed the yellow one.
who's
No, this today I just came into the class and I was like so confused. Like,
And
when
it says it was
the
wrong.
other one?
who's Jefferson 9.0? Just
I'm
guessing.
guessing it's Jeffrey. Wait, Jeffrey's not here?
Jeffrey's not here today.
Nope, Jeffrey's
What?
not here today.
But Jeffrey's always here.
I'm gonna mark him absent.
Oof.
You have a sheet?
No, I don't.
Hey, I was right. Yay. So exciting.
So when you guys get back to school,
Oh, I go back to school on September 3rd.
you guys still have like 2 more weeks.
I don't go back. Well, I do
Are
go
you
back
still in
to
school?
online school.
Oh, I started school last week.
Oof. Haha. I still don't have school.
Lucky you.
There's still time for fun activities.
Really? It still is?
Is there only 7 people? Does that mean I'm in last place? That's so mean.
Oof.
Next time my name is going to be always a loser. Hey, at least I learned this in 3rd grade.
You learned it in 3rd grade?
Yeah, I learned it in 3rd grade.
I learned it in 1st grade. Well, no, I didn't learn it in 1st grade. I learned it in like 2nd grade, except it was kind of easy.
In kindergarten, we started on division, which just really confused me because in 1st grade, we went back to addition and stuff.
Who
Really?
teaches division first?
Yeah.
Who
in
teaches
kindergarten.
division?
That's the last one you learn.
Yeah, no, they started with addition, and then we finished addition, and then we did subtraction, and we finished that, and then we did multiplication, and we finished that. So then they decided to just start on division. You know, because I went into a private school in kindergarten, and then we moved, and so yeah. Why am
Yeah,
I
this book
s-
actually teaches multiplication after addition. So that's
It
pretty
does.
weird. Yeah, it does. I switched the order.
Why?
It'd be very surprising if someone taught square roots before they even taught multiplication, because that'd just be dumb.
Teach the
Yeah.
Pythagorean Theorem before anything else.
Like no one knows what to do. What the
I'm
heck?
still really dumb. In 4th grade, my worst percentage on a math test was 21%.
Ouch.
Don't judge me.
I'm not kidding you.
I was
It's only
just a
first grade.
dumb
None of that
person,
matters.
okay?
Uh,
Oh, goodness.
um,
Oh, this one's review.
okay, I got it.
I missed some classes, which means I don't know everything. Oh, there's only like 6 questions?
Yeah, there's only 8.
8. Why? Wait,
Uh,
who is
Yay! I got in 2nd place.
Yay, I won.
Jefferson?
You
Wait,
did?
what?
No, that's not me. I don't know who that is.
Who the heck is
who-
Jefferson?
I won 2nd place in Kahoot.
Oh,
Okay, so
congratulations.
So you're the Jefferson 9.0
Oh, Anonymous won. Congrats, Anonymous.
anonymous. Who's anonymous?
Oh, no, do not share screen. It's fine.
You're sharing screen.
I got kind of scared. All right, well, that concludes our lesson for today. And,
Aiden was Weasley.
oh, no, Aiden was me. All right, congrats,
Nice
Aiden.
to meet.
All right, so I'm
another
about to
I
end
won
it.
in 2nd
All right,
place.
so, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. All right, bye, guys.
Oh, yay.